I'm Tim, and I work as a technical instructor for a semiconductor company manufacturer, and I teach in-person classes and virtual learnings. And I live here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I am an amateur photographer and really just enjoy getting out there. And I tinker a lot with computers. The frustration of dealing with everyday life, with working at home, especially with the COVID, I was used to being in an environment at work that was really noisy, not extremely, but there's enough background noise, and really didn't pay much attention to the tinnitus. And when I started working at home, it was quiet, much more quiet than at work. And then I started focusing on the sound, the ringing of the ears, and it really started driving me pretty crazy, to be honest. And over time, it was just eating at me more and more. I was starting to lose sleep, and I was getting frustrated driving, couldn't concentrate at work, and I just knew that that wasn't normal, that wasn't me. And so sitting at home, I was just saying, okay, it took me like about 8 months to try to diagnose this, kind of self-diagnose and figure out what was going on. And it was a process, and I kept trying to figure out what was going on. Is it my diet? Is it my sleep? Is it the way I'm interacting with other people? My expectations with sound relief was I didn't know if they were going to have all the answers I needed. It looked like they would. And so when I came in my first appointment in February, I was meted by Dr. Densmore, and of course you, Layla, and I immediately had the sense of, this is the real deal. This is an establishment I want to be involved with. And the customer care from the very onset was awesome. Compared to other doctors I've had in the past, it is head and shoulders above all the rest. You take a personal interest in me, and that's what's really important in my eyes, because then you get to know me, my habits, what I need to accomplish. And you've checked all the boxes as far as I'm concerned. You're enabling me to get on with my life in a way that I couldn't do on my own, and I needed help, and I didn't know I needed the help. And coming to sound relief has been a real life-changing experience for me, to be honest. When I first appointed with Dr. Densmore and having her ask the questions, it really made me feel at ease, like someone really understood what I was going through. And I started crying in the office because someone actually believed what I was going through. And that's priceless, to understand that. And then to have that confidence and the lessons and the hearing aids, the therapy involved. Everyone has been on track with everything I needed, the references and resources, how to relax, how to take care of the hearing aids. It has all been needed, and it's the effort you put into it. It's not just, okay, I'm going to get here and I take a pill and go. It's an active process by myself, with your office, with everyone, and it's a team effort. And if I don't hold up my end of the bargain, I'm not going to get better. That's just how it is. And, I'm doing my best. I never knew my body was fighting me. I never knew that those sympathetic, nervous impulses were still going on and ratcheting up my anxiety. And then focusing on the tinnitus, it just started running away and starting mounting on itself. And then before I knew it, I was almost in a fight and flight situation, right? My anxiety was so high. I just felt like I was always wrong. I couldn't make people happy. The little, like in the movie Happy Gilmore, you had the heckler, right? Heckling him every time he tries to take a swing. And that's that heckler. He's in the back of your head all the time and just saying you're no good, you can't do this. and it kills your self-esteem. And then you do your best to just fight through it. And every day you just get tired and you say, I'm just done fighting. I just can't do it anymore. And again, sound relief helped me with that. Now since February, I've lost 15 pounds, which is basically 3 months. So that's, not too bad. And I'm getting out there. I'm actually exercising more. I'm eating right. I'm eating the right things. Before, it was, like I said, you are in a fight and flight situation all the time. And you're eating, you're carbing up, you're doing those things because you're ready for the fight. And now that I no longer have that impulse, the fight or flight impulse, I'm relaxing. I'm having fun again. I'm consuming less alcohol and eating less, like I said, and it's showing. And in a few months, it's going to show even more. I'm actually taking walks before work now, or after work, depending on my schedule. And before, I'm not fixated on any one thing anymore. Where before, I was like, I had to get it done now. And now it's like, oh, it'll get done when it gets done, when I feel like it, So it's just a different mindset. And the brain's pretty amazing. I've realized that it's with the neuroplasticity, it's rewriting itself. It's reprogramming my brain. And there's sometimes where I will actually remember I had a previous thought and when I was given in a certain situation, and now my thought process has changed. And then I just kind of pause and go, wow, that's pretty cool. I noticed the change, and those little diamonds appear every so often. And you just have to stop for a minute, give pause, and appreciate those little gifts. That life is better now, and you can realize that because, okay, someone wants to cut me out from the freeway, go right ahead. That's fine. I'm still going to get there just fine. And so it's just that mindset. And I think that's one of the problems with COVID, honestly, with people having so much isolation. People don't know how to interact with people anymore. And so that's what I'm, honestly, I think sound relief has saved my life. In a lot of ways, because the stress is reduced, my blood pressure is down. I'm losing weight, and that's also going to help with the blood pressure. I just don't want to think what could have happened if I didn't come here. And this is an amazing place, everyone. I mean, this is family. Definitely. I thought I was just going to come here and get, a set of new hearing aids, get evaluated. And then as I read the website and talked to Dr. Densmore, and I realized that I was going to get therapy at the same time for less than what I actually bought my initial hearing aids only at my other provider. And I didn't know what to really expect. And the way that sound relief comes across with the retraining therapy is really relaxed, nonchalant. We're friends, we're talking. I kind of kid Dr. Densmore because she actually reminds me of Melissa Benoist, Supergirl. And so in my eyes, she is a Supergirl because, she's done a lot for me. And I'm really grateful. The therapy itself, again, doing the calming, relaxing exercises has helped a lot. Stretching out before I go to bed. Honestly, I can't do those exercises out of bed because I fall asleep. And so I do those relaxation therapies and, I'm good. Dealing with stress, taking time to learn what stresses me and what aggravates the tinnitus. If you focus on it or talk about it, it gets louder sometimes, but other times when I just get tired, it gets louder. So all the therapy explains why that happens and why I have to have constant noise in my life for the next year. That's important, not just noise, but just sounds that soothe you, right? So there's a difference between noise and stuff that's soothing and relaxing. And so one night I'll go to bed with whale song, another night I'll go to bed with a lullaby, or another time it's just thunder and rain coming down. So, and it's actually helped with my wife snoring too. She's more relaxed. And and I made a comment to her the other night. It's like, wow, thank you for letting me sleep better. The biggest thing that's changed my life since starting the tinnitus retraining therapy has been accepting me. And I came into one of my sessions with Dr. Densmore one time and I go, hey, I met someone I hadn't seen in a long time. It was me. And I like him, you know. And that's probably the biggest breakthrough, is being comfortable in my own skin again, being me, doing the things I want to do, not just that I have to do, helping people like I used to, being able to just say, sure, I'll help you, even though everything in the back of your mind is saying, I don't have time to do this, but you just have that sense of calm now. You're like, okay, I'll figure it out. No big deal. We'll deal with it. And just let life unravel the way it needs to unravel. Don't try to manage it. Don't try to conduct it. Just be present. Just be. And the therapy itself has been everything to me. My wife will ask me like, hey, it's work in the backyard or something. And I'm going, okay, I can work it in, but I'm going to make time for this. And that's the important thing, is I'm making time for things. I'm planning for them, where before there was no structure because the tinnitus just ate up all my resources. And it's like a computer that's, when you get a Windows update or a Linux update or an Apple update, it's just kind of like before you get that update, everything's bogged down, it's running slow, and then it gets an update, it's like a new computer. And that's kind of how the brain is. It's reset, control, delete the brain, and it's just kind of figuring it out as you go. And the brain's pretty amazing to be able to do that on the fly, kind of rewrite itself. And it happens again when you don't realize it. And so one of the other goals was one I didn't put down, but it was actually, I wasn't really dreaming when I slept. I wasn't really getting a full night's sleep, to be honest. It kept waking up. And so now I could actually wake up. It's like, wow, and I'm groggy now, and it's from being really in a deep sleep. It's not, I'm tired because I didn't get enough sleep. And so now it's like, wow, this is different. It's actually a nice feeling. I kind of need some coffee now. One of the cautions that Dr. Densmore told me about with new patients, they'll start it, kind of get some relief, and then just stop. Because they say, oh, I'm better. It's a process. It needs to unfold at your own pace, not the doctor's pace, not anyone's pace. It's at your pace. And my advice to new patients is stick with it. Even though if you think you're getting better, other things are happening behind the scenes. This is the limbic system. It's the autonomic nervous system. You don't know what's going on. You can't monitor it, but it's happening. You just have to trust the process works. And so even though you feel like everything's better, just think how much better it could be if you just stick with it. And that's the best advice I can give, is just go the distance, the eye of the tiger, just keep going. Even though you think you're better, that's not for you to decide. You don't have the medical degree, and but you can give your input to the doctor and they can determine it for you. So it's not your judgment, not your call. You're in the program, stick it out, do the homework. That's the most important thing, honestly. My name is Tim Wolver, and I endorse Sound Relief.